We got Bill Algeo versus Andre Fili. Andre Touchy Fili. Um, this is an interesting one. Andre Fili, I believe he's coming off of two losses. If you're looking at his record, it's pretty checkered, and usually after a loss he gets a win. But I think this is actually gonna break that, and this is gonna be another loss in a row for him. Um, just judging by Bill Algeo's skill set and also his record. If you look at Fili's last loss against Brito, um, Bill Algeo has a nice performance and a win over that same guy. Um, it's crazy though. Looking at this fight, Bill Algeo, I didn't know too much about him, but if you look at him fighting, he looks like a karate guy. And with his karate stance, his striking, it makes sense that his last two fights, people are just trying to take him down. And it was crazy because he's defending these takedowns, he's making them really work for it, and he's getting out of submission threats. And when he's out of them, he actually looks like he's still fresh. Meanwhile, the guy's tired. I looked further into it, and he's actually like a jujitsu black belt, and he started with wrestling and boxing, which to me was just crazy because like you look at him, he looks like a straight up karate guy. So I think for Fili, he's going to have a lot of problems with this in the striking and in the wrestling. You know, he comes from a team alpha male background, so maybe he's going to try to grind up on Bill Algeo, but I don't see him getting it done really anywhere. I'm going with Algeo on this one.
Yeah, and I think like maybe even like if you look like Philly, like that one non contest, like that's also like on some way you can go as a defeat, because like he didn't finish the fight, he didn't get that victory. So
Yeah.
basically, three fights in the row, he doesn't have a victory.
Yeah.
So it's a big question, how much that influence on his mentality and everything, and like saying about uh Algeo, he's coming out of two victories, one against Burns,
Hmm.
so I think he has the momentum, like, and if you look like when since he came to UFC, he had a loss, win, loss, and now he's taking, like I said, that momentum.
Hmm.
And I think with him, he's like even is he a slight no? Yeah, he's slight underdog with plus 110. So I would go with him. And talking about again, he has one performance of the night, one fight of the night, and Philly has two performances of the night. So like I said, coming up now through the cards, we're gonna have a lot of guys that have like that. So that's why I'm thinking we're gonna see really, really interesting fights. So I don't repeat myself anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this one's a good one. Like they both really have exciting styles, even though like, Fili's maybe having trouble in this part of his career. One thing to note about Algio is his first fight in the UFC. He was taking a short notice replacement fight. He was replacing Ryan Hall against Ricardo Lamas. So to me, anytime you like your first fight in the UFC and it's on short notice, I kind of give him a little bit more leeway
Yeah,
there.
and it's a fight of the night. It was a fight of the night.
I almost don't even count that as a loss. That's just like, hey, that's your UFC debut against Ricardo Lamas, a veteran. But like since then, I think he's looked really good. But speaking about fighting veterans, like I think it was in Andre Fili's second fight. Yeah, second fight in the UFC. He fought Max Holloway, and I remember that because I thought he actually was doing really well until he got guillotined. But that's some guy, Andre Fili, who I've always watched and thought like, man, he has like the tools to win. Looks good against good guys, but just as of late, maybe he's underperforming, or I don't know, maybe the motivation isn't there. It doesn't look like he's. I mean, he's in a different spot than Max Holloway, right?
Yeah, and for a long time he's in UFC. Like you said, he fought who is who of that category. He also went with Qatar, with Rodriguez, with
Mm.
Rodriguez. So he has more experience, and that's why I think he's even a little bit slight favorite in this match. But I think, like you said, it's question where he is, especially 3 fights without the win. So like I said, I'm gonna go with Bill on this one.
Yeah, me too. And the fact that Bill's a slight underdog, I think that I like those odds for him.